So to set the stage for you, at the start of this finale, the world has effectively shattered.
Right.
And we open on what can really only be described as the ultimate trauma hangover.
That is the perfect way to put it.
Right. Camille's having this terrifying nightmare of her father haunting her in a doorway, and she just jolts awake. It's like, it's that physical manifestation of guilt when the adrenaline of a massive mistake finally wears off.
And it leaves only that crushing weight on your chest. It's the visceral realization of consequence. While simultaneously, Issei is absorbing a massive blow, he gets barred from attending his own mother's funeral by his grandfather.
Which is brutal. And he just takes it.
He does, yeah. He absorbs it without a single argument. It really shows how much inherited guilt he's carrying around. But this is also where Hirokazu delivers the thesis of the whole thing.
Right. 6 words that are basically the thematic engine for the finale.
Take care of the people who love you.
Yes. Okay. So we move back to Camille. And the professional fallout of her actions is really hitting the market.
It's totally collapsing.
Yeah. She's meeting with her partner, Miyabi, and the empire she was fighting so hard to inherit is just falling apart. The competition winners list is canceled, sponsors are fleeing, winemakers are actively begging to be removed from their prestigious guide. But to her credit, she does finally make a clean break. She steps down.
Right.
So seeking refuge, Camille retreats to her sanctuary, the Chassagne estate in France. But of course, there is no peace waiting for her there.
None at all.
She's entirely shut out of her own home. Her belongings have been moved to the guest room, and her mentor, Philippe, refuses to even make eye contact with her.
So true.
And the legal reality of her exile hits immediately
to
force a buyout of Camille's shares because she acted contrary to the company's ethics. Philippe threatens total war if she tries to fight it.
It's just a complete severing of ties.
It is. And when Thomas finally explodes at her, just yelling about how she disappeared and stabbed them all in the back, you can see the exact agonizing cost of Camille's obsession. She traded her real supportive family for the approval of a ghost.
And it is precisely at this moment of absolute isolation that Issei arrives at Chassagne.
Right. Thomas sees Issei and immediately assumes he's an enemy, part of some new scheme. But Issei quietly disarms the entire room with 4 words.
My mother is dead.
But the most important part of this scene isn't even the dialogue. It's the physical interaction.
Right.
He thought she needed a hug.
He's putting Hirokazu's advice into immediate practice.
Yeah, he offers her a literal open door, the passenger side of his car, to leave this toxic environment and go with him to Marseille. And she takes it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Luca and Giuseppe go to finalize the vineyard acquisition with David.
Yes.
But when they arrive to inspect the original vintage, the wine is just gone.
Every single bottle.
Yeah.
Donated it all to the local monastery.
David is furious, but as she says, wine belongs to God.
Right.
By refusing to let the wine become a commodified product, she effectively kills the corporate deal.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Marseille. Issei, Camille, and Natasha end up having drinks in Marseille.
I love Natasha in this scene.
Absolutely.
And during these drinks, Issei announces he is quitting the wine business entirely.
And they raise a glass.
Right.
To overcomplicated personal issues, and we all have them.
Such a great line.
Totally. And then Camille finally admits she has her father's ashes in that random office cupboard. I mean, the sheer absurdity of it.
Agreed. Armed with this massive perspective shift, Camille returns to Chassagne for the conciliation meeting.
Right.
But she doesn't go in defensive, armed with lawyers. Instead, she looks at Philippe and quotes his own romantic, passionate words about the estate back to him.
Which is a masterclass in conflict resolution. The crucial difference here is agency. Before, Camille was being forced out by a legal clause, which triggered her defensiveness and ego.
Yeah.
Now, having recognized her own toxic attachments, she's actively choosing to leave on her own terms. She gives the estate back its dignity, and in doing so, reclaims her own.
And she leaves Thomas with a simple, mutual I love you. It's not a magical reconciliation where everything is fixed, but it stops the bleeding.
Which brings us to the final necessary act, the physical disposal of the parasitic vine. Back in Marseille, Issei, Camille, and Natasha take this urn to the Sorgettes Canyon to finally scatter the ashes. But if you're expecting this solemn, poetic, cinematic moment of release, well, that is absolutely not what happens.
It is wonderfully, intentionally devoid of romance.
Seriously. They get out on this little boat, and they physically cannot get the urn open. The lid is sealed shut. So they decide to just throw the entire thing into the water and drown it.
But the urn refuses to sink.
Right. Camille looks at it and quips, he won't let go, huh?
It's the perfect physical manifestation of Alexandre's lingering control. He's difficult and unyielding even as a piece of pottery.
Right.
Eventually, they work together, force it to take on water, and the urn finally sinks.
And as the music swells, we get this final lingering image. The two siblings, Issei and Camille, sitting side by side on the boat just watching the water. They have finally let go of the very thing that was pulling them under.
So the board is completely cleared now. The guide is gone. The Georgian wine is locked away. Issei dissolved his firm.
They've finally moved from reactive anger to a place of pure active choice.
They are completely off the clock, which means it's time for us to sign off as well.
That it is.
If you've been following along with us on the Offscript channel all season, thank you so much for sticking around for this breakdown.
Yes.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for whatever deep dive comes next.
Yeah,
and drop your
exactly.
predictions for these characters' futures down in the comments. Where do they go now that the map is blank? We want to know what you think.
There's just an incredible amount of open road for them now.
Oh, and a quick public service announcement before we go. If you currently have your manipulative father's ashes sitting in a random office cupboard somewhere, maybe go check in on that.
Solid life advice, honestly.